Welcome to the FIA Formula 3 Championship in Albert Park, Melbourne. It's the first qualifying of the 2025 season. The new generation must take part with brand new cars. And the atmosphere is building for round one of the season. Welcome here to Albert Park in Melbourne for qualifying. FIA Formula 3 always delivers, and the qualifying 30 minutes is a crucial part of this weekend as it sets the grid for Sunday's feature, the reverse grid of Saturday's sprint race. I'm Joshua Birch, alongside me in the commentary box is Omi, down in the pit lane for us is JT, and well, Omi, this morning it was Formula 3 who actually gave us the decent run. It was Formula 2 that was the problematic child of the junior formula. The F3 cars being decent. What are you expecting coming into quali?
Well, what we saw in testing looks to have translated here to Australia, with Formula 3 still, even as they've got the new car, they're still looking more comfortable out there on the circuit. The reliability also looking better as well, which is great to see. So let's see how this qualifying is going to go. I think we're still going to be in for a big unknown in this category as well, of who's going to take pole position. But it's going to be a really interesting qualifying. Kamara, car number 5, part of the Ferrari Driver Academy. Let's see what he's going to be able to manage. Lots of Ferrari fans in support of him, along with Tuka Tappinen as well in this field.
Green light, away we go for the first qualifying of the 2025 season. Let's check in with JT. Hey JT, what are you making of these new Formula 3 cars?
This is the first time I've seen them, to be honest. Hello everyone, because I was sleeping during practice. How was practice? I know F2 was chaotic. How chaotic was F3?
I don't think we had a red flag. At the very end, maybe.
Yeah, we had one at the end, but other than that, well behaved.
Yeah,
no one really got interrupted.
Nice.
It was not the problem child. Still.
It's not the chaos that F2 was.
No. 30 minutes ahead of us, though, coming into this one. Let's take a look at the graphics while I have to titivate our timing screens up here in the booth to make sure it's all set up nicely. Out of interest, though, Omi, what are you expecting ahead of this one?
As I mentioned, it's going to be highly competitive. Loads of lap times at the limit near the end, especially if we do finish with the green flags, because while these guys behaved a lot more than F2, still with 30 cars out there on the circuit, right when the checkered flag waves, it can go a little bit problematic as well. We'll be splitting the field into two for Monaco for sure, but last season it was introduced at Monza. Could be for a few other rounds as well, let's say from Bruno Michel.
It's closer to F2, that's for sure, because it's a step forward. Every time we come up with a new car, which is every 3 years or every 6 years, it depends, we're trying to make sure that the family, F3, F2 and F1, is getting as close as possible. Now, of course, the cost of an F1 has nothing to do with the cost of an F2, which has nothing to do with the cost of an F3 car. So we need always to be careful to deliver a car that is going to perform well and to prepare the drivers well for the future, but at a fraction of the cost that the other categories are costing. And that's always a big challenge, but I think this car is going to be a very good compromise in terms of performance, in terms of learning curve that the driver will have by driving it, and in terms of cost, because at the end of the day we always need to be careful that the drivers can afford and the teams can afford the finance that is requested to race in those categories. So I hope this car is going to be answering all these questions.
A long interview to have in the middle of a qualifying session, especially as we're at 3 wide in the last corner. I mean, it's a mess out there. They're literally not giving each other any room, these 30 drivers.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking back to some of the chaos that we've had last year when it comes to qualifying, which is exactly why we had to split the field in Monza, and there was a crash as well in that session. So our latest qualifying session in Formula 3, which took place at the end of last year at Monza, well, that was also quite chaotic. I think last year we got into a little bit of momentum of seeing crashes in qualifying. We went a slight while without it, and then we started seeing it happen again. So they'll need to try and avoid that around this racetrack today, as Martini Stenchorn, the winner from 1 year ago in the sprint contest, was a brilliantly controlled win. To say that he had Arvid Lindblad chasing him down all the way through. Lindblad, who had a 20% win percentage in this series, which is the most of any driver in championship history as well. So someone will be looking to replicate that, possibly on their way to the championship as well. 4 is currently the most wins in this series, because we don't often see repeat winners all the time.
Especially last year, it was very much a mixed parade of who was quick and who was not across it. So first lap times coming over now. Callum Vosin does a 1:53.731. Martin Steinshaw is top with a 1:53.290. So we're going to see these come down a little bit in this session. DRS open on the backstretch as well. And the new generation of Formula 3 cars as well look a bit spectacular, with a lock up for Vosin on the inside. I mean, that's going to ruin his lap time. Only one set of tyres for quali in the first 2 stages, so this is not going to be great for him to have cost him already.
Yeah, we mentioned about how attacky these Formula 3 cars look. They definitely look quite striking as well. We mentioned that straight after pre-season testing. It's definitely visible out there on the circuit around this Albert Park racetrack, with 30 drivers all looking to attack. Callum Voisin, British driver, had the lockup, as you mentioned, but all eyes right now are to turn number 9, has catched up quite a few people today, including Oliver Behrman earlier in Formula 1. Right now, though, Voisin is just all focused on opening the DRS once more, and just looking to get a lap time on the board, because you're going to see so many drivers who will be struggling. You just want to set a benchmark, get the data on every single part of this circuit. Even though there was a lockup earlier on in the lap, you can still see where you're slower compared to your teammates and rivals around the rest of the lap. So pushing on still definitely very important, as Stenchorn is going quickest of all in the first sector. Here's Callum Voisin around the final corner.
Yeah, desperately trying to find a decent enough lap time in there as well. It's not going to be as smooth as you were finding it to begin with. So, okay, not too bad there. Not too good either on the overall boards this lap time. As we've got one system sorted, but we might need a whole redesign of the whole commentary box to get that one working. So 30 drivers proves a bit too big to add the times in on this one, so apologies for that. If you're watching back at home, we'll work on that for a future session, have a qualifying only screen. Meantime though, we've got Belinsky on top, Sharp, Steinshaw, Vosin coming in as well, but realistically only 5 drivers set lap times.
Yeah, absolutely. It was mainly just getting all the information you need, and loads of traffic as well. You can see Rafael Kamara making his way through and getting blocked all the way through by the ART, and also by Noah Leon as well, descended across the line. The brawl that we usually get in Formula 3 coming our way down to turn 1.
Could have been pole for Kamara, but it's a 1:36.194. Noah Stromstead goes top, 1:35.898. As Lewis Sharp in 4th, who stopped this morning in the opening practice. On board with Noah Stromstead, who is top for Trident at the moment in the number 4 car. Now I think we'll see them come back into the pit lane shortly.
Absolutely. Trident really looking very strong lately in Formula 3. Over the last few seasons, they've taken both Gabriel Bortoletto, now F1 driver, and also Forna Rowley to their title as well.
That's Bruno as well, going off the circuit. Del Pino. Am I right?
Yes. Well done.
Hey. And there we already see James Water, the Australian, go off the circuit and run it a little bit too deep as well. Sean's here, hey guys, both 1 of 2 of 3 in Australia, MotoGP in Argentina, spicy we get up ahead, there's loads going on. No Q1, Q2, Q3, no, this is a 30-minute single session as off the circuit. Also, when Javier, our mate, has gone off the track at turn 6.
Yes, absolutely. He has indeed, as we continue to navigate our way through, and that is going to be Nikola Solov driving for Campos in his 3rd season now of Formula 3. So this will definitely need to be his fun. He'll definitely need to make it work. I think his goal is pretty clear this season. It has to work this season. He cannot afford any more. 3 seasons in F3 is quite a bit, and he's currently into P5.
Great news is that this year we're going to have, hopefully, some F2 and F3 drivers join us up here in the booth from over the years. I know Omi is working behind the scenes on that. I'm working behind the scenes on that as well. As oopsies, there's already. Now that's Nicola Marangeli.
Angeli. You gotta, yeah, you just gotta make sure that you're mentioning the "and" part.
Marian Angelelli, right? Marian Angelelli. Well, that's going to get hard.
Road.
Is this going to be a name like Stenhouse Steinhouse, which you can never get around?
Yeah, there's a lot, mate, honestly. Ugo Ukachuru as well, am I right there?
No, it's Ugo Gachikru.
Say that again slowly.
Okay, so to put them all to bed, quite simply, all you gotta say is Stenchon. Quite simple.
Stenchon, yeah, it's easy.
Ugo Gachikru. Quite simple, okay? Right, let's get that out of the way.
Ugo what?
Ugo Gachikru.
Ukachukwu.
Okay, that'll just work. Okay.
Ugo Ukachukwu. Oh, this is going to get annoying.
Oh.
I always voice them out anyway before the first race day. Swear, yeah, it's not the greatest. It took me, what? Actually, it didn't take us that long to get Snaspel into Pimizan, did it? Didn't take us that long.
Well, I had that before the weekend. You had it by the feature race on Sunday.
Yes.
So, all worked out.
It's as Richie said earlier, trying to say it 3 times as fast. It's not the best there. We got Luca Padoa's son in here. Yes, we talked about that this morning. Ended up in a chat about naked attraction. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
What?
Your mic's a bit funny, JT. Brad in the chat was on
How
about
did
it.
you get there? I'm not the best.
Hello, Nicholas Lacorte doing exactly the same, Omi, as what we just saw Ollie Behrman do.
Yes, absolutely. Only thing is, it's not Nicholas. But yes, Nicola Lacorte making his way off the road, exactly what Behrman did, but collecting it and not making a big error out of it as well. So really, really interesting to see coming in.
There's Chicken Taffin. I was going to get away with it by saying that I was going to say Nicola has, but because he's gone off the circuit. But then I wanted to say his last name with Lakota. So sorry.
So you combined them both, please.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, it's 3:12 a.m. here in the UK. I'll be surprised if I'm not throwing my headset through the television by the end of the feature race, or come Sunday, which is going to be wet, by the way.
Well, yeah, you might just not get to do anything then. You might just be standing around.
Oh no, I'll sit down and get the lazy cam on. I'm not standing.
Wild.
Not if there's a delay.
Wild. Shocking. Also, can I just say, Bedrin, one weekend driver,
Yeah.
Mr. One Weekend, at the front of the field.
What is it? 1:35.873. What a lap time for him.
Well, that's just typical things. He's only confirmed for round 1. AIX looks like are going to do. If anyone wants to drive, come and join us here at AIX in the 3rd seat, where we're just going to put in random drivers across the entire season who have money. That's the approach they've got this.
Williams, basically. Or IndyCar with the 28 car in Dale Corn Racing. 78 car in Dale Corn Racing.
Yeah. To any viewers who are interested in racing in Formula 3 and have the budget, make sure you do get in contact with AIX as well. They might be able to hook you up with a seat or a round at some point.
But you've got contacts now. Can't we get JB Motorsports on the side of that car?
Well, maybe we could get
Hey,
to
if
one.
WTF1 can end up on the front wing, JB Motorsports can. We're going up in the world. As McLaren comes through.
Yes. McLaren liveried of Stan Sean making his way through as well. You've got 3 different McLaren liveried cars in the field. You've got Badua, you've got the Good Trick Crew, and then you've got Stan Sean as well.
Oh, I can correct you on a name. Badoa. Haha.
Okay, fine. Take it then.
Yes! People called him Luca Badoa, but it's Badoa.
Are we officially going into name wars?
Yes, we are. It's Badoa.
How professional of you all.
Look, we've got 15
Yeah.
minutes. Not much is going on at the moment, so we're kind of.
Yeah, well, I'm going. Well, he's going with the way that, you know, old people call it, like all the way from the 90s. I'm going Brando, as it said. So you know, that's the difference. That's the difference.
Badoa. Luca Badoa. So Brando Badoa, his son, BB Gun, was I shall now nickname him. What's going on there down in VAR? Ooh, cool shades on the team principal there. I like those. I shall steal those.
Okay. Interesting.
Now, the driver at the top of the timesheet. Would you like to tell us his name?
Terfield now.
Teofil now. I don't know how the hell you did it. Teofil now.
Just very quick, very easy. Callum Wiggs into turn number 1.
I think I might retire from Formula 3 and just leave it to Omi for the rest of the year. I said this last year as well. Omi,
Yeah,
you
say that every-
retire. Me as commentary, me as producer. Sounds like the best lineup that JBM has ever had.
Yeah.
I'm off by then. I miss watching Formula 3 and Formula 2 on a Sunday morning with a fried breakfast on my lap.
Prepare for both of you to have tons of Instagram pings in a couple of seconds. Hold on.
Oh, great.
Okay.
If you're wondering why we're not talking half the field now come into the pit lane, it's that half session lull. The real
Yes,
laps are
now
about
they're
to
heading
begin.
back out.
Yeah. The real laps are about to begin here in Australia.
They are. They are. To be fair, until you mentioned it, I didn't even notice that Teofil now went quickest of all. So I was like, oh yeah, who's went up to the front?
135, 566. Bedouin now looking good. Stromstead in third. Interprovers out fourth. Ugo's in fifth. Stanshaw's sixth. Roman Belinsky is in seventh. Mao at eighth. Anthony Zagazita ninth. Dufak in 10th. As on board with Stromstead. Oh dear, a lot of traffic in that last corner on a build up to his push lap. Yeah, you can tell coming out of that last corner he's not gone full throttle on me. He's going to go for another build lap. Yeah, he
Yeah.
has.
Absolutely. Just as a correction, I'm being told that Chris McCarthy is called Fornaroli Brazilian, but he's actually Italian, everyone. Just as a bit of info. In case you're tuning into the world feed, I'm guessing he's referencing last year as well. But Fornaroli you can catch in Formula 2 later on as well after FP2.
I hope you enjoyed those million pings from Instagram, guys.
I got 2 thanks to being logged into the JB Motorsports one as well. What have we got? Ah!
I'm waiting for my Instagram to load to be able to see what on earth hoping so.
JT is watching on main event, not Sky Sports F1.
I can tell you why that is.
Why?
Because before I went to sleep, I was watching the darts, which was on main event.
Oh, so it's just left on. I see.
Yeah.
You are forgiven. There's Tim Chaminix. Have I done that one right?
Yes,
Then
and he might be
again-
about to go quickest. Who knows? Let's see.
Over the line and far away. No, third.
But
Fastest third sector though.
Main event is F1 until 4 a.m. and then it's Australia from 4:45 a.m. all the way to 8:15. So it's basically like a main event F1, F2, and F3 takeover.
And Australia basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Australia rules. Down under. Vert's looking good. Notice how they've removed that red flag line, by the way, that red line.
yeah,
I noticed that, but the F3 graphic with the text looks squished.
Does a bit. They need to shrink it down a bit, don't they?
Yeah.
Still,
I see they're using more of the 3-letter identifiers in the support series than the full names which they're using in F1.
which is confusing me.
okay.
Santiago Ramos
That's-
goes 12th.
You
Well,
have
that's-
literally just told the whole broadcast that you are not educated. And
Well, it's confusing me
and
because-
there's a reason that I am not commentating on this session.
No, 'cause I'm
I am
looking for-
probably the same as you.
Yeah, I'm looking for Duka Tappinen, and he's down in 25th position. But it's the wrong initials. So, yeah.
Okay, well,
Just,
Stromsted's good.
Just tap the desk and you'll find him.
Look at Stromstead there in that first sector. It was a 32.6. The middle sector's a 21.7. This is looking very good
That
for him.
went flat.
Yeah,
There's a 4
he's going well.
Go on.
Pardon are looking very good as well, so he's also doing very well at this stage through turn number 13, heading to the 14th and final corner around this circuit. Let's see whether he can go quicker than Kamara.
Should be a better lap time for the Trident driver. Over the line, and it's a 1-2 for the team. Stromstead going second, and now out come the invasion of little Formula 3 cars.
Yes, the invasion of the absolutely motory levels of cars that we're about to get, with all of them queuing up in a few moments. as well.
Dufek getting ahead there of Vozin, and that wasn't any problem. And into the pit lane comes Charlie Wirtz, son of Alexander Wirtz, who is the GPDA president.
Yes, indeed.
Basically the man behind bullying Mohammed Ben Sulayem. And my new best
Yeah.
friend.
Yes, absolutely. So you've got lots of drivers out there on the circuit, a couple in the pit lane as well. They'll head out in a few moments time, so they're going to be going later on, but it's important to try and keep the life into the tire when we get to the end of this session. Don't just use it all early on as well, as they all trade positions out on the circuit. You've got Centron, who is moving past and also doing battling amongst the fellow Red Bull juniors as well. You've got Ugachukwu, who is leading that group.
Not looking too bad at the moment then. There's a swoop out over the line. I'll do another build-up lap, so no time just yet.
Yes, another lap of watching them all get very close to contact and hoping that they don't make contact while going for moves.
They're gonna. Someone is gonna run at the back of them one of these days. We know it. We see it coming.
Well, with the amount of times you had it last year, I think we are going to see someone do that. As Centron gets past Noel Leon in the red and white Prema, the Mexican driver is going to now find himself just battling for track position still as they navigate their way through.
I've just been told by Harry Benjamin where the commentary box is this year. Did the new locator.
Is it where you predicted?
It is. It is on the braking zone down towards turn 1. Quite a walk then for them to get there.
Martin's grid walk is going to be interesting then.
Yeah, it is. He'll have to run. Presumably he'll take his scooter. Oh, and there is so many cars side by side coming down through the kink before turn 9 and 10. And that's a DRS zone as well. They're going to bunch up big time here, Romy, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all going to be interesting come Saturday for the sprint race, and then, well, still Saturday for the feature race for us in the UK as well, where they're all blasting around this circuit at high speed all together. When it's all on the line, when they're all racing, I think turn number 9 will get very, very interesting. But Teofilo and I are currently in 3rd position. Both Trident drivers are in the pit lane, meaning, or all 3 rather, are in the pit lane at this stage. Everyone else attacking and pushing on around this circuit. Teofilo is the nearest to the front of the field. Let's see whether he can get to the front of the field. To the opening few corners, he'll need to be a mega lap. He'll need to find an improvement. He's currently 5.5 tenths over that, away from Rafael Camara, who's the reigning Formula Regional European champion by Alpine, with the yellows out.
Where is this going to be? Is this going to bring out a red flag? That's a worry. 5 minutes to go. That is another set. And well, it's going to be the first sector. There's nothing left in anywhere else. There it is. Oh, it's a red flag.
Oh.
Yeah, red.
It's one of the McLaren livery drivers, and I regret to tell you I can't tell you who it is because it's been knocked off on the...
Is that exit of 2?
It is indeed. That's a fast one.
That's in a dangerous place, because if any car goes wide...
Who is it?
5 minutes 20 on the clock. Brando Bedoya.
Oh, it's Bedoya!
It's Bedoya.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Prema Racing's... Well, okay. I'm not going to say I told you so, but...
It seems weird that it's a Prema with a McLaren livery.
I know what you
They're
mean.
allowed to do that now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at the wall
Well, there's 2
on
of
the
them.
right-hand side of the Pirelli.
It's a tyre barrier now as well, so that's just cuts into that. That stuff, do you know, it's not that, I did not think I would be saying Bedoya has crashed into the wall in qualifying and brought out a red flag twice in my lifetime. I've said it for the 2nd time, and only it's a simple one.
Yeah, losing it, and
Quite a
that's
lot
going
of
to be
movement on the
damage from the rear.
fence, though.
Yeah, you're right, that fence moved big time. Go on, Amy.
Yeah, absolutely. Just losing it straight into the wall. Let's hear from him.
Oh, mate, no. No.
You okay?
Yes, I am okay. I am okay.
Okay, so the way that drivers are getting out of swearing is just repeating no and I am okay. Noted.
Yeah. So, Bedoya has crashed. I get the feeling that the last time, I'm having flashbacks.
That's gonna be some dough used by the team to fix that car.
To me, JT's gone very quiet and very muffled.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, a bit better now.
That's just that's just a you issue. But
Well, I'm unfortunately going to have to punish Omi.
you've once again completely ignored the joke.
I heard
so
it.
well done.
Yes, JT's trying to give a joke, actually.
Go on, JT. What's the joke? That I can hear you.
I
can. So-
I'm not repeating the joke because it's not funny to repeat a joke.
Right, even people in the chat say that they can't hear you, so there's something wrong with your mic end, JT. As they go
I
on.
must have great hearing then.
Oh, he's very loud for you.
Well, he's quiet, but I can hear him. I can hear him perfect with what he's saying. Okay, we've got a bit of music going in the background.
Shall I just put my mic up to the max? Just like
Works, to be fair.
Yeah, and start
Deafening
deafening
you.
JB. Yeah, good idea.
Right, just for that, let's go to the world feed.
For champion in 2023. And has come through the ranks. getting better and better all the time. Nikita Bedrin next. Rafa Kamara, we see there, a driver he competed against in his karting days is Gabriel Bortoleto. Of course, fellow Brazilian. He's known him ever since, and they've become good mates over the years, and that's something we caught up with Rafa Kamara about yesterday.
I mean, we are very good friends. I know Gabriel since we were 7, and yeah, I was very happy for him. 2 amazing seasons he did, and I hope I can try to do the same as him. Of course, it's not easy. It's a very high level, but of course, it's very possible. Everyone can do. You just need to. It's not easy, but you need to work hard and focus on yourself, do the things pretty well, and I would say, and in the end, also enjoy it.
Nice words from Rafa Kamara. As he mentioned, they're good mates, and he will no doubt take huge inspiration for what he's done to get to F1. He will take a.
All right, that's killing my ears. I'm stopping that right now. Let's just talk amongst ourselves. We can do better. As the number, well, the Badora's car gets taken out there. The number 1 he's carrying.
Indeed. Number 1 for a famous team that's also just entered IndyCar as well. That is Prema. It's not what you want in your opening qualifying session of the season. If you take another look at it, the driver 19th right now. You have to be inside the top 12 to be a part of Formula 3's front running in a weekend. And Brando Badura finds himself immediately now under pressure as well to lose those positions. But when you drive for such a great team at Prema, you know that you cannot be having moments like that, especially when we're not seeing many of them.
Incident involving Badura will be investigated after this constant red flag, so he'll lose his fastest lap time, which is a 1:36.702. That's a shame.
Hello.
Yeah, that could go in further time. Hello,
Hello.
GT.
Hello, Jason.
Is that better for you, JB?
I can hear you now, yes.
That's nice. You know that the cameramen were unlucky because they were following another car, which means the only camera angle they had was the helicopter cam.
Yeah. Green flag's coming out.
How exciting. Here we go. Let's see how long we can continue.
Yeah. We are green. We're going again.
We'll probably get someone bin it on their fast lap and then end the session. This is a very chaotic pit lane.
Oh,
It's 30 cars.
Oh, God.
They've done it wrong. I don't believe this. In the FIA, they've announced the session went green without telling anyone. Proves how much on the clock they are, because they know they've got a race to fit in before practice for Formula 1.
Is it supercars?
Yeah.
I need to do my pickle in it then.
Not going well, is this? Will we go back to green?
Yeah, absolutely wild stuff out of the pit lane. Lacourte wanting to get on with it in the background as well. But here we go then. 4 minutes and under now, 30 seconds to go on the clock. The field heading out, and this is it. 2 points for pole. Who can get an early championship lead in this field can be critical. The Formula 3 Championship always does come down to points. I mean, it came down to a couple of points in Monza, where all it needed was a late lunch from Fornaroli at Parabolica to take the championship. That was the move that came as well. And is that the Van Amersfoort stopping?
Yeah, it's
Niall?
Pull over.
red flag again. Oh, they've left the blower in the top of the engine cover. Oh, this happened to Alexander Albon last year in Azerbaijan. Well, don't stop, just bring it back into the pit lane. You don't need to pull over because the marshals can't do anything about it.
Yeah. You have to just keep driving and drive it home. There's nothing else you can do.
Keep driving. Try to get the blower out by having a big brake application when it's safe to do so.
Oh, this is stupid. This'll be a big penalty. Oh, and the 31 stopped on track.
Oh.
Christian Ho, what's happened here? Is this going to be a ref?
Yeah.
What?
Unsure what's happened to the first Singaporean driver in F3, and he stopped. They were just like stopping at random points.
Why is it only a single yellow? He's on the racing line.
Red flag. Let's have a look what happened to Phil now. Well, we saw that he was left. Red flag's out. There we go. And the session will not.
Couldn't they just turn the pit lane light red? They have the control to do that.
I wish I spotted that really with the blower. That was a messy restart from Formula 1 there. They've stopped at the end of the pit lane, yeah. That was a very messy restart attempt from race control there. They're desperate to get the session going because there's other things to fill in.
Yeah.
I don't think the session's going to be resumed. We've got 2:36 left on the clock. The average outlap here is a 2:27. So, yeah, I don't think there's enough time. Which means we've got a very disorganised grid again in this series.
No.
Patrick told me to go and then to stop. It was too late. Sorry, guys.
He got saved by that red flag, can I just point out.
Yeah. Yeah, he was going to be under massive pressure to possibly drop down from third all the way through. But yeah, the first Singaporean driver in F3 history finding himself stranded on the run towards turn number 3.
I can tell you right now, this session won't be resumed because Christian Ho's car, it's red. So it's a red car test. Now that means that they need to get the flatbed truck to extract it because the car's live. So this is a red car test that they've got to do. So this session probably won't be resumed. Can't be resumed.
Yeah. God, well, here we go then. A very, as you mentioned, a disorganized grid. It's gonna. There we go. Session will not be resumed. Yeah. But yeah, a disorganized grid. Belinsky currently set for reverse grid pole. Stenshall, who won here last year in the sprint, could do so again from the front row.
I knew that was coming because as soon as I saw the car was flashing red, not at the back because those rear lights are fine, but the front lights were flashing red, I knew that we wouldn't resume because it'll take too long. So it is Rafael Camaro on pole. So who's on reverse grid? Is it Belinsky? I think it is. Oh, hang on.
Sorry, it's Ramos. Sorry, it's Ramos.
Yeah. But it could be Dufek because we're going to lose fastest time.
Well,
down 23rd.
Well,
it's going to be
well,
Ramos.
Niall didn't cause the red flag.
Yeah. Let's have a come on.
Okay.
Rafa Camara is pole position. Bravo! Bravo! Jacobi.
It's a
Very interesting Formula 3 qualifying. I don't think it works at Albert Park because nothing ever makes sense. Do you know what it feels like? I mean, it feels like Macau, doesn't it? That just like, oh, anything goes, whatever, that's fine. This wouldn't happen in a normal circuit.
I think F2's going to go like that as well. This
Yeah.
later on, where they just constant red flag stops it.
P2. Congratulations. Nice, huh? Well done. Thank you, Giacomo.
Bizarre weekend.
Well, I, of course, had to pick a title winner, my prediction as well. Doesn't look like that's going too bad. Doesn't look like that's going too bad with Kamara right now. Fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying. Let's see what he can do. But yeah, he's really looking quick as well. So it looks like my prediction has ended up going well, but a disorganized grid. So it's kind of what I mentioned with F2. You can't really get too much data and information out of it. We're going to have to wait to see how the races play out, and then also when we next go racing at Bahrain as well.
Yeah, it's Bahrain coming up after this as well, as we now will have everyone leave the pit lane for Formula 3. and they'll head back into their other garages, as there we still see Christian Host stuck in the car because, well, that's a surprise that they haven't got anyone down there with a red car test. That's a bit bizarre that there's got no one there to pick him up. He's just sort of sat there for the last 5 minutes. He's still in the car. For Christian.
Yeah, looks like he's buying some parking there for a little bit. So
he'll get a parking fine if he's not careful.
yeah, absolutely. So you'll need to, well, get someone to help him get going.
Over to you, Emmy.
Thank you very much. Kamara, top in practice, top in qualifying as well. 2 points for Poland, the championship lead for the reigning Formula Regional European champion by Alpine. Stromstead makes it a Trident 1-2, and then it's Teo Fielnal in third. Bedrin, the driver only here for one weekend, in fourth for AIX. Then it's Tim Travernich, Charlie Wurst, Stefano Belinda Pruvzak, Ugo Gachukwu, Martini Estenshorn, and Roman Belinsky, who rounds out first page and your top 10 for this session. Zagazeta is alongside Ramos, who will be provisionally starting on reverse grid pole for the sprint tomorrow. And then it's Dufek, GSD, Louis Sharp, and then Nicholas Solov, Lawrence Van Hoopen, Callum Woysin, Brando Badura in 19th position. Noah Leon is in 20th from Mexico, and then it's Javier Segura in 21st. Walton, Ho brought out the red flag at the end, then Boyer, Tappinen all the way down there in 25th, and then we have Gerard, Ivan Dominguez, Nicola Marinangli in 28th, and then Laporte and Delpino with no proper lap times on the board, and they are 29th and 30th.
Thank you, Omi. Thank you, JT. An interesting Formula 3 session there, and we get an hour's break before we're back for Formula 1 and the second free practice session for the Australian Grand Prix. Make sure to join us in an hour's time. It is Rafael Camara on pole position for the feature race come Sunday. Bye-bye.